Is judging wrong? You say yes to that? You're a hypocrite. Don't deceive yourself. If you're judging me for judging, then you're a hypocrite. That's all there is to it. I would like to talk to you today about the biggest lie that has been peddled to our modern culture in America and perhaps all over the world. And that is the lie of judge not. The lie that no one can judge anyone else. No one can tell someone else that they are wrong. It's become very popular, perhaps because preachers in America's pulpits have peddled it to their congregations and have spread it around because they're living in sin and they don't want someone to judge them. So I would like to go to the Bible and expose this erroneous belief. And we're going to go to Matthew chapter 7, which is the most popular verse in the Bible. Matthew chapter 7, verse 1. Even sinners, rank heathens on the street will tell you this. Judge not that ye be not judged. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye mete, it shall be measured to you again. Now, hypocrites and sinners, they like to stop right there and just close it up and try to make you shut up. But as a Christian, we can't shut up when they tell us to. We've got to stand on the Word of God and read it in context. You need to keep reading. Verse 3, And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thine own eye? Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, Let me pull out the mote out of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thine own eye? Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of thine own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye. So what Jesus was dealing with is not with honest, sincere Christians that are applying the law of God to someone and telling them the truth and judging them righteously. He's dealing with the hypocrite, a fellow sinner that is living in sin and worse sin, but wants to point out a small thing in someone else. He's dealing with hypocrites. That's pretty clear with this passage. And if we go down in chapter 7, he continues teaching. Verse 16, Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Wherefore, by their fruits ye shall know them. So, it's pretty obvious from this passage that we are to judge people's fruit. Fruit is merely what they're doing, what they are saying, everything about them. We can judge their fruit. And if the fruit is bad, we know the tree is bad. If it's corrupt, then we know they are corrupt by sin. It's very clear. All you need is to have a sincere heart. Come to the Bible with an honest, sincere, and pure heart, and you will understand it. The Bible also says in John chapter 7, to judge righteous judgment. Judge not according to appearance, but judge righteous judgment. All over the Bible, it's clear we must be a discerning and judging people. We must judge sin. And my favorite way to answer this question, when sinners or anyone should bring it up and say, isn't judging a sin? Isn't it wrong? My favorite way to deal with that is to ask them the question, is judging wrong? And they can only answer it. If they answer yes, then they're exposed as hypocrites, because they indeed, when you say yes to that question, then you are judging that judging is wrong. Thus you are a hypocrite and not even making sense. And if you say no, well then suddenly you're defeating your whole premise and you agree that judging is right. So all you have to do is ask that question right there, and you can shut their mouths. I've done it over and over and over again. If people will hear, a lot of times they won't. They just mock and run off, so they scream that they're a hypocrite and they don't care. But if they are honest, then they will hear that. It's sound logic and reason, and it's very easy to understand that if you can't judge, then you shouldn't judge that judging is wrong. If I'm preaching the gospel and someone tells me, you can't judge what I'm doing, and they tell me I'm wrong, they are hypocrites, colossal hypocrites. You cannot judge me for judging if you believe it's wrong.